This video will explain the importance of daily lymph node massage on our sisters, our breasts. Especially if you don't have children, then the breasts don't become masters of lymph drainage. So manual massage or movement without a bra is important, such as jumping on a rebounder or walking without a bra on, etc. I will explain how to do the massage and also how to cover yourself if you choose not to wear a bra eventually, if that option seems exciting to you, etc., after listening to my video. Here is the story of how I began researching this topic in my life. I am a very active person. I am always moving, doing yoga, walking, dancing, biking, aerobic exercises, Tai Chi. You get the idea. Today I do this all without a bra. Before I wore one, and so everything was properly draining, all my lymph nodes in my body except for my breast tissue and my armpits. And both areas have so much lymph nodes in them, a lot. Toxins can build up there and need to move to get out. Environmental toxins, our personal products with toxins, even our own thoughts and hormones and emotions can get stored there. My journey with breast health came from, I have smaller breast, A or B size, and I used to like to wear push-up bras, and I would wear these underwire bras, and I didn't realize that this contributed to the stagnation in my right breast, which is actually on the liver meridian from my limited research on traditional Chinese medicine. So I wasn't getting all of the lymph drainage when I was running around and moving and dancing because I was holding my breast tight in the with the underwire bra. So I wasn't getting the warning of the right breast, what it was trying to tell me, that there was a small benign tumor developing there. And it was trying to warn me. And so a fluid-filled cyst grew underneath it. And that one was just getting bigger and bigger until I noticed that one. And after I noticed that one, I went to the doctor, the gynecologist, and had them check it out. And that's when they discovered the smaller one. I'm just going to call it a fibro. It has a longer name, and it's a benign tumor. They're very common, actually. Okay, so I didn't notice the lumps because I didn't do breast massage back then. So immediately after I discovered it, I made an appointment with my doctor, and my intuition and my emotions and my body immediately told me to take off that bra. So I did. The gynecologist said that I needed to get it checked out immediately. So I was pushed to get a mammogram that day, and then they wanted to poke at the fibro and see if it was cancer or if it was benign. I really felt like I was thrown into this, and I didn't even have a chance to go home and think. So they prepped me and they explained everything and mentioned putting a titanium marker in there, in my breast, just in case it was cancer so they could go in and remove it. So I told them no thanks. And they said they had never heard of that before, and it couldn't be done without that marker. So I said, fine, then let's not do it. And then the surgeons, they asked their supervisor, and they said that, okay, we can do it. We just won't put the titanium marker in. I'm like, okay, great. So they took a small sample of that. And after testing, it turned out it was benign. And it seemed a little more shattered because, they were poking at it. And I thought that was a little strange because if it was cancer, then possibly it might have spread. But luckily it was benign. I hold the belief that the body was very intelligent, where it took whatever it thought needed to be held in that lymph node, and it was holding it so it wouldn't cause the rest of my body to be sick. If it was cancer, it goes to the lymph nodes and it stays there, and it's holding it, kind of like trying to keep it out of the way, to check out what it is. Here, let's hold it safe here. Keep the rest of the body safe and hold this, whatever this is, safe. But of course it wasn't really the doctor's fault or anything like that. They're just trying to do the best they could with the knowledge that they have. So instead of having it removed, I decided that I wanted to get the lumps dissolved. I wanted to dissolve them myself by massaging and using castor oil. I also looked at the things in my life that I needed to get rid of in order to heal. Like, I noticed I had just recently started taking 1,000 milligrams of D3, vitamin D3, and even though that's really a hormone, and it didn't have K2 with it, and the K2 tells the D3 where to go, or else it something about it storing more calcium in your body. So some of the breast tissue actually had calcification when they did the mammogram. And so I got rid of that supplement and just turned to the sun for vitamin D. And that was just an experiment, actually, to take more vitamin D as well. And I also was eating a lot of flax seeds at the time, and I noticed that around my cycle that the flax seeds would cause my breast to actually swell up with more fluid. So I noticed that stopped when I ate less of those. So I got some organic castor oil in a brown glass jar or bottle, and I would put that on the breast tissue and over the liver area. And you could use a hot water bottle. That's what I used if you're interested in this idea. And you just cover it for about an hour or more, and then you massage the area. And doing this for many, many months, I got the fluid cyst to disappear. It got smaller and smaller and smaller. And the fibro one didn't, but it did change, and it got smaller, and it changes during different parts of my cycle, actually. The texture changes, like it gets harder towards when I'm about to have my period, and then it gets softer. So, and I really got to know that area. I tried to dissolve that one, but this has been a really long time. This is a long time ago, so there hasn't been any changes, so I know I'm good. And so castor oil is pretty much a cure-all for everything. It dissolves, tumors and everything, and it helps move the lymph nodes and everything out. It helps movement, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful healer. And it's been around for a very, very long time. So I encourage you to research castor oil if you're interested. Then after it was heated for about an hour, I would do a self-massage, which is similar to checking for lumps. So it's kind of like feeding two birds with one seed. You're checking for lumps and massaging the lymph nodes and keeping them healthy and getting to know them. And it feels good to take care of yourself. It's a great thing to add to your self-care routine. So to do the massage, you can either lie down or stand up, of course, or sit down. And I start with pushing into one of my armpits and just kind of moving it in circles and kind of pushing pressure there. And some days it'll be, you can feel the lymph nodes, that it's sore there. And then after massaging, it'll kind of loosen up and it doesn't hurt anymore. And then I do both sides. Then I start with the nipple area and I start massaging in small circles, going around and around, and then kind of moving to the outside of the nipple or the breast. And I do both sides. And you can also go back into the lymph node area. There's really no wrong way to do this, by the way. You're just trying to cover all tissue. And then you can move your hands back and forth across both of them, in between, all around, do it all over again. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do this if you need a visual. I like to use jojoba oil or lotion to massage it easier. Breast massage is really important, and it used to be done more, and it's in a lot of traditional cultures. They still keep up this tradition, and it's really been lost and not really passed down in the West, so that's a good thing to do for your health. And it's really your choice if you choose to do mammograms, or there's other things like thermography, or if you're doing a breast massage every day, you really get to know what's going on, what feels right and what doesn't feel right, and you're pretty much on top of it, everything, and your fears kind of go away as you take care of yourself, if you have any fears. And if you know that you're heading down the right path with this prevention and taking care of yourself, you'll know because you'll feel good about it. I hold the belief after doing some research that the breast develops to be great at moving lymph after having a baby, because, the breasts create the milk, and if you don't have a baby, like such as myself, I chose not to have children, so they really don't become these wonderful lymph movers as much as a woman who has a child. So this is why I choose to massage as well, to kind of help out that. And and a little bit about thermography machine. I've never done it before, but that's a choice if you're not wanting to do mammograms. It's a machine that uses it detects temperature differences in the breast tissue, and that's really interesting. It shows like hot spots, and they appear red, and compared to the surrounding tissue that appears yellow or green or blue. So that's kind of interesting to research if you're interested in that. And yeah, so I survived the medical establishment's way of poking at you, and now I've chosen a more homeopathic, holistic prevention, taking care of yourself in a loving way. Thank you. I have decided not to wear a bra. So I just use scarves to cover up my sisters or nipples when in public, or if I wear a tank top under a shirt, that helps too. It only took me about a week to get used to it, but my sisters are smaller, so maybe that is why I feel a little more free with no bra. Some say they were just a version of a corset, which could feel supportive or not, depending on your beliefs. With that, and I can run and jump with no bra, and it is very natural now. And I have been braless and free since 2018. Yeah. I do a breast massage with jojoba oil or lotion once a day, and it usually only takes me anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes just to do the armpits and then do the circles all the way around on both breast, and that's what I do every day. And when I first started doing it, I noticed that my breast at the very beginning, right when I started doing any massage, I found that my breasts were actually kind of sore and kind of, I don't know, thick or something. I don't know how to explain it, but over the years, and even after a few weeks of doing the massage every day, they're softer and they're not hard and weird, like fibrous or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to describe it, but they're a lot better. And then you'll find that before your period, if your breasts do get sore, massaging them will kind of help with your hormones too, and it helps with if you have cramps or anything like that. It can kind of move some of those hormones through you, I found personally, and that really helps, and the soreness will go away too, and it's just great. As far as putting the castor oil on and then heating, I just do that maybe twice a week, but at the same time as putting the castor oil on my liver area. And then I just put it on there. Some people call that castor oil packs, and you can look that up online if you're interested in that. That's a traditional way of doing it, but I do mine a little differently, where I just put it on and then just sit in front of a heater. And you can watch TV, or actually I don't watch TV. I don't know, a movie or something like that, or I paint, so I can paint while having the treatment on there. And then afterwards, you just take a paper towel and you wipe it off, the castor oil off, before you bathe, because you don't want it going in your drain or getting on the bottom of your tub or your shower floor, because it might make it slick. But it's really easy to wipe off with a paper towel, and then you'll know. And it does moisturize your skin as well, so that's really nice. When I was trying to dissolve the cyst in the lump, I did the castor oil a little more frequently, but still kept it pretty close to 2 days a week, because it is a bit time consuming. And I massaged longer because I had like a purpose to dissolve the lump, and I would kind of do the massage and then kind of move it towards my armpit area where the other all those lymph nodes are there too, and then I would push up into the armpit again and move it in circles in the armpit area. And I found that it's really sore there because you could tell that it was really trying to move a lot of stuff out. So that's really nice. So enjoy your massaging and self-care. And it sounds a little different than what we're trained in our culture in the West for self-care, but it's so worth it. And you're in good company. All of our ancestors have all the women have all massaged lymph nodes in some form. So this is a traditional taking care of yourself and loving yourself. All right. Thank you.